Who's ready for round 2? Hey guys, I'm back. It is next week now. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, I am sitting on my patio. I hope everybody's last week was great and super productive. This week I'm touching on love and acceptance, or rather self-love and acceptance. Loving ourselves is hard. We're constantly told reasons why we shouldn't accept who we are, why we're not good enough, what we need to change, and that leads to a lot of self-hate and self-reflection and insecurities and doubt, just overall feeling shitty about yourself. It is super vital to love yourself and to accept who you are and how you were made, and accept all the special things about you that make you unique. Now, if we're not loving ourselves, it's like a warrior going in a battle with no armor on. The armor is our self-confidence. The stronger the armor, the greater the confidence. The battle that we are fighting every day is against the world. The world is constantly attacking you and trying to put you down and tell you to stop being awesome. It's all lies. What's really cool about this self-confidence slash armor that we're talking about is the more you have on, the more you can help someone else that doesn't have any. Everybody has holes in their armor. Everybody needs a self-confidence boost every once in a while. And if you've got your armor on and you've got your confidence up and you know who you are inside and out, it's a lot easier to reach out a helping hand and help someone when they're down. Now, just a few simple points I want to go over. I don't know. I tried to write this out before I sat down and did this. Having self-love and acceptance allows you to love when you want to hate. Sometimes people come at you with very real things about yourself, like your nose is too big, or your voice is weird, or one of the many other things that people love to spew at you just because they want to see you put down. But just because someone is an asshole doesn't mean what they're saying about you is bad. They're saying your nose is too big, but is it really? Or is it just perfect for who you are? These are just their feeble attacks on you to make you feel bad about yourself. But no, if someone has the evil inside of them to put you down, it's probably coming from a place of hurt themselves. When you know the truth about yourself, their attacks won't inflict near as much damage on you. Rather, it shines a light on their darkness. You can then take pity on them because somewhere inside of them is resentment about who they are themselves. This then opens the door to love them and uplift them rather than hate them, which is what you normally would probably want to do. And that takes a really strong person to be able to lend out a helping hand whenever the other hand is just slapping you in the face. But we can fight the lies of the world with our truth. Too ugly? No, I'm perfectly made. This is what I look like, this is who I am, and who I am is beautiful. Walk awkwardly? So? I'm perfectly made. This is how I walk. This is who I am, and who I am is an awkward walker. Accepting ourselves enables us to discover what our passions are and what we're meant to do. When we're not accepting ourselves, we're missing the parts of us that make us amazing, make us individual. Our insecurities will constantly hold us back from achieving what we're innately passionate about. We're all born with specific qualities or certain likes that are different from everybody else. And some people like the same things and are passionate about the same things, but it doesn't mean that they can all do the same thing. One example of how an insecurity can hold you back is if you have been led to believe that your voice is horrible and annoying and nobody likes to hear you speak, you could be missing out on your calling to be a great public speaker. But you would never know if you didn't try. But you're not going to try if you let your insecurities and the lies that people have told you hold you back. And one thing to keep in mind is whenever you start out trying something you're passionate about, you're going to face judgment. You're going to have a lot of people looking at you and dissecting your every move, your every action. But don't let that affect you. Keep pushing to discover yourself, accept the failures, and move on. This leads me into my next point. Don't let your fault overshadow your accomplishment. Everybody fails, everybody falls, nobody is perfect. You're gonna mess up. Almost 99% of the time, whenever you try to do something, whenever I try to do something, it never plays out in real life as I thought it would in my head. This fruition of the reality can definitely discourage me, and I'm sure a lot of you, but we can't let it because that's just gonna hold us back. Appreciate for yourself that you tried. You did do it. And then by trying, you did better than you would have if you didn't try. But the beauty of us being able to try as many times as we want is you get to go again. So this next time, look at your past work, dissect it, figure out what you want to change, how you want to grow it, what you want to fix, and then try again. And keep trying until you reach the result that you're looking for. Don't let discouragement or self-doubt hold you down. Push back for yourself. Go inside your mind and say, no, that's a lie. I can do this. I did do this. It might not have been as great as I want it to be, but it wasn't bad, and I can do better. Now, a small stipulation. There is such a thing as loving yourself to ignorance. Sometimes we do have bad attitudes. Sometimes we are rude. And sometimes our bodies do smell. Not every bad thing someone says about you is an attack. Sometimes it's that insight that we're looking for that we need in order to better ourselves and become stronger. In all instances, when someone is saying something about you that might sound degrading, the best thing you can do for yourself is to hear what's coming in, process it, figure out if you can change it or not, and then let the rest roll off you. Use words of discouragement from other people as a tool to better yourself and spite them and show them, you can't control me because I'm going to do something you didn't want me to do from what you just said. Now, because the main reason for me wanting to do these videos is to bring God into the mix and to introduce him to y'all in a new, fresh way, I'm just going to say that none of this is easy. None of this self-love and acceptance is an easy thing to do. It's really hard to go into your head and fight what you've heard from other people with your own words. It can be done, but it's not an easy thing to do. So bravo to anybody that's trying to overcome this self-doubt barrier and enhance themselves and build their confidence up. For me, it is a lot easier to overcome all these lies and all the discouragement from the world when God is my backbone. He's the support that is always there, no matter what. He's only ever a thought away. What's really cool is we can use his truths to support our truth. God says that we are perfectly made. We are made in his image. Quick verse. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. Genesis 1:27. Now, if we have a God that loves us, and we know is there and supports us, and we know God is perfect, and he made us how he made us, there's nothing wrong with you. You are beautifully and wonderfully made, and it's really just up to you to accept the things about yourself that you might not like. But the cool thing about what we perceive as flaws is that they're ours. You know, they make us individual, they make us unique, they make us special, they make us who we are. Just like all the awesome things about you that you love, your flaws can be something you love too, because if you love yourself, you love your flaws for what they are. And I'm not saying they're flaws. We've just been conditioned to learn and to think of them as flaws. And accepting God's acceptance and love doesn't have to have a religious tie to it. It's as easy as opening up, acknowledging his presence, and allowing his love to pour into you. It's very simple. My last point, I guess, is just open up your mind. Allow yourself to see what you're self-conscious about. Acknowledge that those things are out of your control to change, and accept them as a part of who you're created to be. Everybody has flaws, but they don't have to control you. And that is all I have for this week. If anybody ever needs anything, feel free to reach out. I'll try my best to respond. Thanks to Corona, I'm here pretty much 24/7. Hopefully this video gets you on a path to start getting that armor on so you can go face the world every day as the most awesome you can be. This has been fun. Spread love, be better. I'll see you next week.